Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. It is the long weekend today. I feel like it took a long time to get to this long weekend because the last time we had one was on Easter and now it is the Queen's birthday. So it's just an exciting weekend of opportunity, but also it is kind of the last public holiday we'll get until AFL, which is in September.
Yeah, it'll be quite a long gap for public holidays.
We do have a couple days of leave scattered. I think in July that I've got booked a day of leave, and then in August is our anniversary. We always try to take our anniversary off, so those are some days off. But yeah, for the most part this is pretty much it until September rolls around, and then we'll get Melbourne Cup and everything else. So trying to make the most of it, but also trying to enjoy it and not be always like, we gotta be productive, we gotta hustle. So today we are going off to see some like kitchen, bathroom, warehouses, I suppose, and just start looking at specific items that we're still missing from the list from our renovator. We're still like, I'm still really unsure as to what sort of kitchen sink I want, and it's just like when I talk about this out loud, I'm like, this feels so adult, but I guess I am an adult, so I just feel like this is like an adult conversation, and I'm having it now, so I must truly be an adult to be talking about literally what sort of kitchen sink we want. But that's the plan so far. We've made it to Sink Warehouse. I feel awfully zoomed in. We're back. I didn't vlog inside because it's, I think it's kind of like a looked down upon to be vlogging and just videotaping all these like display areas, because I think they're already kind of, there's already a lot of places that say they don't want you to take photographs anyways. So yeah, didn't want to vlog, but at least we came to a conclusion on the kitchen sink. And now we are going to a different place to check out the fireplace, because we do have a little gas fireplace that is really nice as it is. And I think in the worst case scenario, if we can't actually renovate it, I would be open to just leaving it as is and then looking at it again later. So it's like one of the less urgent pieces of the renovation. But because everything's getting renovated, everything's gonna be dusty and like exposed, it feels like a good time to try and do all this messy stuff up front. Things like we're gonna try and do all the painting ourselves, but that's gonna come right at the end, and it doesn't have to be that messy in comparison to, we're taking some of the cornices down. That's a lot of dust everywhere, so we may as well fix up the fireplace. So we're going to a place just to see if we can see any good models. So we finished looking at some of the fireplaces. We really like this place called Heat and Glow. Trying to figure out, we really like these sort of fireplaces. So the ones we have already is gas, doesn't look as pretty as this, but also the one we have is like 30 years old, so understandable. But yeah, it looks really nice, and I think we're just looking for a nice way to display it that isn't too modern. A lot of these actually are very modern here. Ours still looks like, not like this, but more traditional fireplace, so that's what we're just looking to hopefully render out. But yes, time to go to Bunnings. Looking for skirtings and mouldings, plasterboard mouldings. Ah, I thought that was a real person. Yeah, no, I thought it was a real person. So we get a happy meal. It is happy to see you. I've finally gotten around to actually sketching. I'm using my Silhouette Studio because I'm just much more used to it, but this is what Tobias's wardrobe was going to look like. It's a little narrower than mine, and this is what my wardrobe will look like. It's a little wider, and then we've got another wardrobe that I'm trying to figure out. This is kind of an entry, the shoe closet, I guess, where Tobias and I will share, so that's what I'm doing, but I'm gonna eat lunch first. Good morning, internet. It is Monday, the last day of our long weekend. I'm so sad. I just feel like long weekends are just not long enough, and I mean, I don't want to take leave because I'm saving my leave for eventually when we can travel again, but I know some co-workers have taken Tuesday off, and I'm kind of like, I wish I took Tuesday off. Tobias is taking, not Tuesday off, he's taking Friday off, and he's taking like the next couple Fridays off. So he's at least got shorter weeks, but I don't have as much leave, so I'm just trying to like hold on to it as much as I can. But yeah, so today I feel like I'm productive, and then I feel like I'm not productive, if that makes sense. It's like, even though you get all the things you want to get done, you still feel like you're not getting enough done. I've spent probably the last 2 days, no joke, designing the wardrobes for our renovators. That was something that was on my to-do list for probably the last month or two. Honestly, no, actually probably 2 months, because I'm just thinking when he came over last, and it was probably around the time shutdown was happening, and now we're not really in a shutdown period anymore. Restaurants are open. So I kind of showed you guys these drawings yesterday already, Saturday. I didn't really vlog much on Saturday because I was just really busy trying to like get this design, which, I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, it's so simple. But I had to read so many articles on like what standard depth and height and stuff for drawers and shelving, and like how long, like this is a hanging section, so like how long should that be? And you know, just standard stuff like that. Like I don't know, it's just like I take it so for granted in existing wardrobes that I don't realize that there's probably like a standard of how things work. And obviously this is going to definitely change, because eventually when my renovators get a hold of this, which we sent this out last night, they're going to tell us that's not realistic or you can't get stuff like that, I'm sure. So this was just kind of a first stab, but this is going to be Tobias's wardrobe. So our master bedroom has 2 wardrobes, his and her. That sounds way more luxurious than it really is. It honestly, it's just like indents in the wall. They're not very big. So Tobias, being the gentleman, took the smaller wardrobe. He really doesn't have a lot of clothes, to be honest. Like when I was designing this for him, I'm like, where are you gonna put all your jeans? Where are you gonna put all your tops? And like, but honestly, he really doesn't have that many clothes. I think I get carried away with thinking that, oh, what if you want to expand? What if you like want to wear suits more? And he's like, he doesn't like wearing suits. He hates wearing suits, and so he just would like, I think he has like 1 or 2 pairs which he bought when he used to do like more, when he had to dress more corporate. But in his current job, and honestly in a lot of digital jobs now, corporate wear is just so old-fashioned, so there's really no need for it. So he just wanted a long one for like big jackets, and then lots of shelving because he wants to fold everything, and then some drawers here, and then there'd be like this top upper shelf, and the doors are going to be sliding, so I don't have to really worry about what it's going to look like on the outside. So that's his. I was pretty happy to get that done. And then this one is mine. It's just a little bit longer by about 50 centimeters, and so I needed something a bit longer because I have a lot of dresses and jackets, and this isn't our only wardrobe, so I don't know if this is considered small or large. Like I know for a lot of people I know, this is actually considered really large for one person, but then I am living in the world of YouTube where this is like tiny for one person, so it's all about perspective. And so I needed 2 hangings, one's for like jeans and pants and that sort of stuff, and then one is for tops that I wouldn't normally fold. And then I decided to get 4 drawers. Definitely wanted one for like sweater and active wears, that's stuff that I haven't been able to store properly, and then some shelves up here. And then I wanted like a really shallow drawer for just accessories like sunglasses and jewelry and stuff like that, and then some shelves up above for some of my handbags or random stuff. And then of course this one here, this is kind of like the obligatory empty space at the top of the wardrobe that all the wardrobes seem to have. And I think this is kind of like where you can store linen or stuff or clothes that you don't wear very often. So that's for the master bedroom. So the other thing we're trying to do is actually build a wardrobe for our entry area. Sorry, it's like doubled up there. Our entry area is not huge, but there's definitely, this is an area where you would normally put, say, like a table or decorative table. The people who owned the house before us had put like a cabinet system there where it was more decorative with paintings, and then they just put bips and bobs there. Bips and bobs? I don't know what the term is. Just odds and ends. Let's go with odds and ends. And I don't know, that's like, for me, that just feels like having a cabinet for the sake of it, but it didn't seem very practical. So I've gone for something bold. I've run this through with a couple different renovators, and I've had a few that say this is not a good idea because it's going to make the entry smaller, or it's just not a very traditional thing. Like most households don't do it. And then I realized it doesn't really matter because it's my house. I can do what I want. And if it sucks, I'll just get rid of it and take it as a learning lesson, because I've never owned a house before. So I've never actually done anything like this before. So it will be an expensive lesson, but I'll learn. So what I wanted to use this entry area storage for is actually shoes and coats, because in my household, at least the way I was brought up, we never wear shoes in the house. I see people store shoes in their bedrooms and stuff, and that just like would not be a thing for me. You just never wear your shoes in the house. You always leave them at the entry area, and then you can either wear slippers in. It's a bit like the Japanese tradition, I guess, but I don't know. I kind of assume a lot of Asians do that. At least a lot of my Asian friends do it, but I do notice that I do have some friends that are less particular about it. Yeah, no, I'm definitely very particular about this sort of stuff. So I wanted to have an area to store shoes, like all my shoes. I would love to have a special area for it, because right now as it stands, most of the shoes just kind of like spread all over the entry, so they're just kind of on the floor, or I've got them in boxes that I store away, and so if I want to wear them I have to remember that I have them and then go find that box, and it basically means that I keep just using the same 1 or 2 pairs that are out because it's available. And I really wanted a system that had all my shoes kind of laid out so I could see everything and I'd be able to instantly use it. So because it's right at the entry, I can just grab what I want, wear it, and then go. So it's quite a big space. It's like much bigger than all our other wardrobes, but up here, so you've got your like standard space here. I still don't even know what we'd use this for. I assume maybe we put some wicker baskets up there and then we can store odds and ends. But this is where I wanted to put the shoes. So you'd have like taller ankle boots or boots here, and then 4 shelves for like more standard shoes. So I've measured them out and they should hopefully fit Tobias's normal shoes. He honestly doesn't have that many shoes. I think I like totally dominate him when it comes to shoes. And then some flats up here. And then this little section would be an open section where you can fit about 4 pairs of shoes, and this would be our everyday shoes. Like honestly, I'm lazy enough that I usually just leave my shoes in the entry area, but if we say want it to be neat, or we're like cleaning, or we don't have a Roomba or anything, but eventually I would really love one, and we need to like get things off the floor, this is just a nice quick area you can just kind of put them in. Then we've got some drawers here which I would use for things like socks, gloves, hats, all those sort of bits and pieces that you would wear, like accessories that kind of are on the go. I don't know, I'm really particular in that if I've worn something out, I don't really want to put it back in my wardrobe, because I feel like the clothes in my wardrobe are clean and the clothes that I've worn out are not as clean, and I don't want to mix them up. So this is kind of like a good area to store those in-between clothes, so coats that are on the go at the moment. And I don't know if it's obvious, but we have like 2 like rails there. So rather than hanging clothes like this way, I want to hold them like this way, if that makes sense. Because if we did them this way, this cabinet would have to be really wide in terms of like depth. It'd have to be really deep, and that would eat away a lot of space in the entry area because it's mostly just a corridor. So I figured if we put the clothes flat like this, then it could be a flatter, like a more shallower closet, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Ugh. I feel like I'm talking so much I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. So those are what the drawers are for all those bits and pieces, and then we can hang our coats here, so his and her coats. And yeah, so we had a few versions of what it would look like. So this one would actually have doors to it. It wouldn't be sliding doors, and I was thinking something like this. So like 2 double doors here, double door for the coats, and then maybe we could just expose the drawers here. This is what Tobias really likes. I had a version where I just double doored these as well. I kind of like this being really calming, but I think Tobias was keen to have it more practical because he doesn't want to be opening doors all the time, so we'll see. But basically I've sent it across to the renovators just for them to quote it up to see what it would take and if it's possible and if I'm not crazy. So those are all entry, so those are all the wardrobes we are definitely getting someone professionally to build, but there's something else I've been trying to work on. So these are my very rough drawings, and you're gonna have to humor me for a second here, because every time I tell people that I want to convert one of the spare bedrooms into a wardrobe slash beauty slash filming room, literally people look at me like I'm crazy. And I've accepted that I'm probably a little abnormal from the regular bear, and that's cool because it's my house and I can do what I want. But this is kind of like the early sketches of what I'm trying to work out, or what I'm trying to pull together as a walk-in wardrobe. I know it sounds so superficial, but hey, you clicked on this video. It's all about superficiality for me if you watch Fables in Fashion. And I've always dreamed of having like a walk-in wardrobe. And when we bought this house, That was one of the downsides of it, that I realized that the master bedroom just doesn't have the space for a walk-in wardrobe. In fact, the master bedroom, I mean, it's a decent size, but it definitely wasn't the sort of master bedroom I had dreamt of having. But there's a lot of other great things about the house, so it's like pros and cons. You just got to take what you can get. And so there were enough bedrooms that I thought I could probably convert one of them into a wardrobe, and Tobias is fully supportive, which I'm like so happy about. But the reason that I'm drawing this and it's kind of separate to everything else is because we're not getting the renovators to do this one. We may in the end. What we want to do is get all the other stuff done first, because that's all the more immediate stuff that's urgent, in that like to live properly in the house, we need all that done so we can like really settle. This is purely more for fun, and it's really not urgent, and so I'm kind of in two minds as to whether we should try attempting this ourselves. Like maybe if we see how the renovators do the rest of the house, we might pick up a few tips and we might actually be able to tackle this on our own, which would make me happier financially, because I know something like this would be really expensive if we hired someone. But on the other hand, I also know that there's a like cost time benefit. I don't know if that's the right term, but basically the time we could use to do other things, whether it's like generate more income or take on more work or stuff like that, we could spend building this. And so it depends if the cost of this is going to be more or less than what we could earn otherwise. Yeah, I'm not coherent this morning. I don't know. Every time I pick up my camera to vlog, I'm like, why can I not articulate myself properly? Anyways, so this is what I have. Oh, this is upside down. This is what I have in mind at the moment. The room, I'm thinking that I will build a wardrobe on 3 of the walls and then leave the 4th wall blank. But then when I think about it, I just like, I don't know if I like that or not. I'm not sure. I'm like really unsure about the whole thing, on how it will look and how it would be cohesive. And so that's why I'm just sketching it. But this would be a great, so this would be one wall where you basically have like tall hangers, shorter hangers with some drawers. Then this kind of hits a corner. So this corner would kind of touch this corner here. And so I'm thinking the best way to handle corners is just to put exposed shelves, which you can put decorative pieces on, or you can store stuff there. I just really hate things that are prone to collection of dust. I hate dusting. No, I don't hate dusting. I just hate seeing dust on things, but I actually enjoy dusting, so go figure. So this is a big window here on one of the walls, and so I figured this might be a really nice vanity. And then I could put all my like makeup products here, and then do my makeup here every day. I could even put a computer screen if I really wanted to turn it into a bit of a home office, although I am converting a different part of the house into a more home office, just because I do run a sticker shop as well. I feel like because I do so many like random bits and pieces, I do need a bit more space. So I need like place for sticker machines, and then if I pick up cosplay, I'm gonna need space for the sewing machine. So I just feel that this room is probably not appropriate for it, but I think still having a desk would be really nice, just a vanity, and facing the window, because right now when I do my makeup, technically I face the window as well, but it's often too bright to open, so I don't keep it open very much, and so I'm always doing my makeup in artificial light. And then later when I go outside and vlog or take photos, I'm like, wow, your makeup does not match at all. It looks horrible. So that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to face the window, so I could be guaranteed good lighting. And then there'd be like cabinets here but with doors, and I could put handbags here because I have a lot of handbags that I'd like to display. So then you come to this side, which is another corner, so you've got another set of exposed shelves, and then you come to this wall, which is kind of similar to this. It's basically just like hangers with shelves and drawers, and really I'm trying to work out what do I have that really needs storing here, because I do want to store the remainder of my clothes. I think I want to store a lot of my cosplay outfits as well, because I do have them kind of packed away, and it would be nice to store them somewhere. I also want to store any excess beauty, skincare products, because I do have a lot of those. And I don't know what else I could store, but I'm just trying to think about that first and then see how it fits. And then there'd be like another wall, which is completely blank. And part of me feels like I should put something there, and then the other part of me is like, why? I don't think you need it, and that's going to make the room feel really small, because the room is not the biggest room either, so I don't know, work in progress. But basically that's what I spent the last 2 days doing. And it is currently 12 and Tobias is just messaged me because we do that, that he wants to have lunch. So I think I'm going to have some lunch, and actually I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon editing videos. That's something that I really like. I didn't upload my planner video yesterday, which really should have gone out, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend the afternoon editing like a boss. Turns out today is turning out to be a little bit of a self-care day. I finished editing this video. I'm just watching it through. This is a plan with me featuring Two Little Bees, which is a very old kit, but an amazing shop. I do need to check her out again. And I decided, you know what, as I'm uploading this video, and this is not focusing on my nails, but I figured it's probably time to do my nails again. Let me just see if I can. Nope. Yeah, it's really hard to get it to focus, especially one-handed. But basically, I don't know if you can tell, but my nails have outgrown a little bit. Like, there's quite a lot of regrowth showing through. And yeah, it looks really rough because I've just gone over them with the nail file because I'm going to soak these nails off since I do gel nails. And then I'm going to trim them down because they're getting a little bit too long for me. I actually prefer short nails, but I like the look of long nails, so I try to compromise by getting them as short as possible but still have these points on top so that they still emulate the look of long nails but they're still comfortable. I'm just exporting a video. Finally, I'm probably on my second video now, and I've got about 30 minutes before I want to go to bed, so I don't know if I'll be able to knock out a third. I might try. The vlog videos generally easier to edit, so I might try editing a vlog, but every time I upload a new video I always add it to this page. If you watched my bullet journal setup video, then this is comes as no surprise because I said that's what I would do. It's so satisfying though to look at this. Like, I have the date, the channel I uploaded, and then the type of video, and this is all of January, and it kind of gives you a really good shot as to how active I am and which channel gets the most love. As you can see, my planner channel got the most love near the first quarter of the year. Lots of uploads, but now you can see a lot of red. So I'm uploading a lot more consistently on the travel channel, but that's because I basically bulk edited like 20 videos and scheduled them, so that's no surprise. But I feel like it's a much even distribution across the channels, which I still can't work out if this is a good or bad thing, because I feel like I really should probably focus my energy more instead of just kind of spraying my energy on so many different subjects. But I figured I would just keep going with what I feel like doing now, and then just see what happens at the end. I don't know, I'm trying not to worry too much about it and just go with the flow. Good morning, internet. It's the next day. It is Tuesday, which means it is work. I'm actually working right now, and I realized that I did not shut off the vlog yesterday. So this is me shutting off the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.